Okay. Gonna get started. We have a bunch of people online, a bunch of coaches online. Coaches, if you can either send a chat through, this is recorded, and let us know who you are, so that we have attendance, so we can mark you down. Oh, sorry, it's name and school, boys or girls or both or whatever. Okay, not a lot of rule changes this year, but there are some very important things we need to go over. The one rule change is head coverings for religious or ethnic. The yarmulke, the turban, or the habib are legal this year. Not required to get approval from the state, but they have to make sure that they're covered, soft, and unyielding. Head coverings for medical reasons still have to be cleared through the state. So if you have somebody that had a concussion, wearing a concussion helmet, you have to get clearance from the state for that. For the officials, uniform. Okay. Yep. Is still black and white, striped, or white. Even though the rule book says gray, there's PIAA still stripes or white. The shoes this year can be all black. They can be black with white. They can also have white soles this year. Nothing major, but there. For the coaches, the lineups have to be submitted 2 minutes during pre-match or 1 minute before the end of set. The penalty before, I don't think we've ever done it, was a loss of rally point. This year, if it's not 2 minutes before the end of timed warm-ups, it's an administrative yellow, or 1 minute before the end of the periods. If it's the second one, it's a red administrative yellow point. Teams will remain on the same side of the court. That's from the PIAA. That has not changed. Unless I hear otherwise from any of the leagues, we are going to do a coin toss this year with the captains and coaches like we did other years. Visiting team chooses serve or receive. Fifth, same thing. Captains together, and home team gets to choose serve or receive. 10-minute warm-ups, 10 and 10. I think that was well received last year. And again, unless the league say anything different, we're going to go back with the 10 and 10. A real plus for the coaches. Balls this year. The Baden will be the state ball, red, white, and blue, used in districts and states. You can use any color ball this year as long as it has NFHS. So if you have balls with your school colors, you can use them this year. They just have to be stamped with the NFHS logo. Uniforms. The pants can't have that Under Armour all the way around. It has to be rolled over or completely covered. They can't have logos on their uniform pants. The bottoms, you can have one girl wearing spandex, one girl wearing shorts, one girl wearing long pants, and one girl wearing skirts. That's all legal on the same team as long as they are with similar colors. For 2023, in case you're going to be ordering uniforms in the near future, the only thing different anymore is the numbers. The number has to be contrasting to the shirt. So in other years, if you had a red shirt, you have a red number with a white outline. That doesn't go anymore. If you have a red shirt, you have to have blue numbers with a white outline. You don't have to have an outline. It just has to be contrasting colors. That's for 2023. Coaches, we're going to ask you and officials enforce this. Coaches, do not come in the attack line during play, not even to ask for timeout. You come up to it, you have a question, don't come inside the attack line. That's the officials area. If you're invited in, that's okay, but we try not to do that. Okay, now the big one. Let's put some pressure on the coaches and pressures on the officials. Officials, you have to this year, with the sportsmanship, you have to ask that question. Are uniforms legal by NFHS rules and PIAA guidelines? The reasoning behind this is starting this year, if a player has any kind of jewelry or illegal type of uniform, and it's for religious or ethnic reasons, we have to allow that. So coaches, I'm asking you before we come together for the coin toss, let us know if you have any players that have that situation where they're wearing a wristband or something else that they can't take off. If they wear something that's not legal, we ask that you send a note to Jim and myself, and the official will report it to the state, just so they have record of it. There was a lawsuit 2 years ago in New Jersey with a wrestler, and they're just trying to avoid all that garbage. So again, coaches, we're asking you, please identify with your players if they have anything along that line. If it's a religious medal on a chain, it gets taped to the chest. If it's, I know in the Hindu, they have something with it wrapped around the wrist, instead of having to take it off. But you have to please identify that. So if we have to stop during a game and say, hey, they have XY on their uniform, we have to stop playing, and they say, we're going to look at the coach. The coach has to okay that. Don't necessarily agree with the whole process, but you know the way things go anymore. Believe it or not, schools should provide flags. Where the state is saying that schools should provide flags for the line judges. We also ask that your members of the table are at that table when we start timed warm-ups, just so we know who's doing it, who's doing what, we can get started. And the same thing with line judges. Identify the line judges so our officials can talk to them. That is it. Yeah. Any questions? Any comments? Switching sides. It's no switching sides. The home team chooses which side they want, and you stay there. That's from PIAA. Actually, I think that's the National Federation. I just saw a lot of getting these. Yeah, that has gone by the wayside. I know you have one school that there's definitely an advantage. So yeah, that's it. It's no wiggle room in that. Anything? Again, if any coaches that join during this, just please send us a note of name and school. Yes. I haven't heard, that's up to the schools in the league. So again, suggest that unless we hear something different, call the school before you go, whether they're requiring masks. The PIAA has not said this masks are required. So it's up to the schools and the leagues. If the leagues say you wear masks, you wear masks. If the school says you wear masks, you wear masks. If the school says if you're vaccinated, don't have to wear a mask, but you aren't vaccinated, you have to wear a mask. So, going once. You can use electronic or regular whistles. They're both fine. Not really fine. The electronic whistles are really hard to hear in the gym. They work better outside than inside. Anything. Going once, going twice. Coaches, you're done.
Make sure everybody's signed.
Yeah.